I'll call this regional council meeting to order. Please be advised that tonight's meeting is available for the public to attend virtually, is being streamed and recorded. Should virtual attendees wish to address council during either the public comment period or the question and answer period, use the raise hands feature on your webinar controls. When it's your turn and are prompted, unmute your microphone, state your name, ask your question. Once your question is ended, you'll be muted again. Council additions, I have none. Are there any councillor additions? None. CAO additions?
No, Mayor.
None. Very well. I'll get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended. Oops, without amending. Without amending. Without amendments. Moved by Councillor Penny, seconded by Councillor Souls. All those in favor? Carried. Adoption of the minutes of the Special Regional Council of November 4th, 2021, the Special Regional Council of November 8th, 2021, and the Regional Council meeting of November 8th, 2021. Could I get a motion, please? Moved by Councillor Andrews, seconded by Councillor Roper. All those in favor? Carried. Public comment period. Are there any comments from the public, Mrs. McIver? Mr. Blaine? No. Thank you. Business arising, email poll, Fort Nelson Family Development Society, reallocation of grant and age funds for ratification. Can I get a motion to ratify that email poll? Moved by Councillor Andrews, seconded by Councillor Penny. All those in favor? Carried. Administration report number 81, business walks. Ms. Vandersteen.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you are aware, we were working towards doing a business walks kind of throughout the fall here, and we're successful in completing that on October 22nd. So attached to the agenda, you do have a full report that goes into 7 pages of detail on what we did here from the community and the businesses that we were able to touch base with. So that obviously goes into significantly more detail than the admin report, but there are also links to the 2015 business walks, which is mentioned in the report a couple times. It was an easier one for us to compare a few times because the questions were very similar, very kind of standard business walks questions. Whereas we did also do a 2020 business talks. So that was completed over the phone. And the questions were quite a bit different. So they did, we skewed the questions significantly towards the COVID-19 impacts on businesses last year. So that's also linked, but it wasn't as easy to directly compare to. And then in the admin report, we did just pull out a few findings that we thought would be of extra interest to council. So the first being the crime and vandalism that came up multiple times, and that was without any prompts. So our question, we did provide a couple examples that our surveyors could use if a business just was blanking on what a challenge was for them. This was not one of them. So it came up completely unprompted multiple times. The second being local marketing, supporting for local shop, local initiatives, and potentially some training. The third being challenges to finding and retaining employees, especially right now due to COVID-19. Sounds like that's being impacted more than normal. And then the fourth one that we pulled out was just that when we asked people what the NRM or the Chamber of Commerce could do to help a business or help them meet their goals, there were a lot of blank stares or just nobody knew what either organization could do. So that's just been pulled out as an area where we can continue and aim for more communication about that. So the 2, 3, and 4 are really just for acknowledgement and sharing, and staff are able to continue to work with the local groups regional business support organizations like the community futures, and it fits right into your strategic priorities. Number one, we did pull out that council may want to consider inviting the RCMP to have a touch base meeting and see what if they have crime statistics to share. So open to discussion.
Thank you, Ms. Vandersteen. I participated in the business walks and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I really learned a lot about local businesses and some of the challenges that they're having. And I would enjoy participating in that again anytime. Any other comments from councillors? Hearing none, I do think that we should ask the RCMP to appear before us. I'm getting more and more businesses in town complaining about vandalism, thefts, petty crime. And I think it's time that we spoke to Sergeant Fletcher again about some of these concerns. I would ask for a motion then that we ask staff to contact Sergeant Fletcher and ask him to appear before us. I'll make that motion, and Councillor Andrews, you seconded. All those in favor, please. Carried. And hearing no more questions for Ms. Vandersteen, thank you for your time. Thank you for this report, Ms. Vandersteen. Northern Rockies Regional Municipality repealing of procedure amendment, emergency electronic participation bylaw number 198, 2021 for adoption. Do you need a motion, Ms. McIver? Can I get a motion, please, for that? Moved by Councillor Souls, seconded by Councillor Roper. All those in favor? Carried. I'm sorry, that was the repealing of the procedure amendment bylaw. We now need a motion for the procedure amendment in-camera electronic participation bylaw number 197. Moved by Councillor Penny. Second by Councillor Souls. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Correspondence, letter to Dan Campbell, President of Villars Air Service, support for Northern Rockies medical transportation proposal. Letter to the Minister of Forest, Lands, Natural Resource Operation, Rural Development, Caribou Recovery and Predator Management in the Northern Rockies. Information package, November 10th, 2021. Council information package, November 17th, 2021, received for information. New business items, none. Public communication, Councillor Gerwing, Northwest Tel internet speeds.
Great, thank you, Mayor. So as we've been told by Northwest Tel that, and they have indicated that Fort Nelson residents should be enjoying internet speeds of 1050. And if not, residents should contact Northwest Tel so they can investigate and bring us all up to this standard that their management currently thinks that we enjoy. I mean, I know I've been keeping track of mine and I'm nowhere near that. Like I'm upload is supposed to be 10. The best I've ever gotten is 4.3 and the download is supposed to be 50. And the absolute best I've ever gotten is 22. One day it was at 4. So I'm just wondering if there is not some way that we can get this message out to residents that Northwest Tel thinks that we're enjoying 1050. And if not, they should be phoning Northwest Tel to investigate whatever problem is happening at their home or business. And is there some way that we can make this known to our residents? And yeah.
So, Councillor Gerwing, we had the president of Northwest Tel appear before us, and I believe he was the one who was asking or.
In Canada, yeah.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Perhaps a letter to him would be wise as well.
Agree very much, yeah. And because we do have that ability to track our internet speeds outside of when Northwest Tel is tracking them and say that we're all doing good, but it was on the back of our water bills, right? So that website that we can go to. So I just am wondering if we wouldn't like to make all of this better known to the residents of Fort Nelson, so that they can be tracking theirs, and then they can call the Northwest Health office to get improvements.
Thank you. Councillor Roper.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we could perhaps do some social media posting or some mailings, just detailing how to go about testing your speed and how to go about submitting that to Northwest Tel to reporting the speeds.
Thank you. Councillor Penny.
Councilor Roper beat me to it.
Very well.
It's exactly what I was going to say.
Very well. So Councillor Gerwing, did you want to make a motion?
I can, and just to confirm for council that staff have sent out on the back of the water bill, the website where you can go to track what your actual speed is. And there has been some Facebook posts, and I'm not on Instagram or Twitter, so I don't know if it's happening there too. It definitely could be. But I would make a motion. Did you want to speak before I make a motion, Councillor Andrews? Okay.
Go ahead, Councillor Andrews.
And just an idea, if we're writing a letter to Northwest Tel, if we could have a member of staff up until that day, do spot checks of the internet and put those results on that letter as well. If we're gonna write a letter, I think that would be interesting.
You could have mine too, keeping track of it.
Councillor Penny.
Just to further Councilor Andrews, perhaps maybe we should either survey the community or somehow get some feedback from the community prior to sending the letter, so we could extend that out with with a multitude of locals and their speeds that they're having.
Yeah, it's easy to conduct to surveys, and perhaps the Chamber of Commerce would be willing to, work with us to encourage their businesses to do the same. So, yeah.
Very well. So Councillor Gerwing, did you want to put that in the form of a motion?
Okay, so I haven't pre-done this one, so it might be an essay, so I apologize in advance, but I would make a motion that a communication plan, is envisioned or to encourage businesses and residents in Fort Nelson to track their internet speeds, including advertising the fact that Northwest Tel says if you're not getting 10 and 50, that you should call their office for a service call to make sure that you are getting the speeds that you're paying for. Does that make sense?
And a letter, Councillor Gerwing, did you
Oh,
want to add that into the?
Okay.
Sure.
And after we get some more tracking information, that we send a letter to Northwest Tel so that we can indicate what results we got back.
Thank you. A seconder for that motion, please. Seconded by Councillor Penny. All those in favor? Carried. Recreation statistics for October 2021. I take it that's just received for information, Ms. McIver? Okay. Items for discussion, councillor reports. Do we have any councillor reports tonight? Very well. I have a couple of councillor reports. Mrs. Hayes, grade 1 class, came and visited us, and we had a wonderful time here around the table. They absolutely loved the council chambers and had a great time, and they asked really great questions. So that was on November 9th. Really enjoyed that. Attended the Resource Municipalities Coalition Zoom meeting on November the 10th. And Northern Health's presentation, of course, was the special regional council meeting that we all attended here. That was really good. And I had the great pleasure to have dinner with the Minister of Energy, Minister Ralston, and Minister of Reconciliation, Fort St. John, on the 18th, and presented him with Dr. Kenyon's book on the Liard story, the history of the Liard region. And Minister Ralston and Dr. Kenyon both went to Cambridge, and Mr. Ralston got a degree in history. So he thanked me very much for the book and was just overwhelmed with the fact that we would give him a gift. So that was really good. Are there any questions from the public? Very well. I'll ask for a motion to declare this meeting adjourned, please. Moved by Councillor Andrews, seconded by Councillor Souls. All those in favor? Carried, and we are adjourned. Sorry. Okay, I'll ask for a resolution that the meeting be closed section pursuant to section 91B, C, and K of the Community Charter. Moved by Councillor Gerwing, seconded by Councillor Roper. All those in favor? Carried. Is there anything we can rise and report? Very well. I'll ask for a motion then that we adjourn the regional council meeting. Moved by Councillor Penny, seconded by Councillor Roper. All those in favor? Carried. We are adjourned. Have a nice time, Councillor Roper.